Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. I am so glad that you came to join us today. I've got a co-author that actually was on our show some time ago. Shelley Pano is a screenwriter, award-winning screenwriter, and she's teamed up with this beautiful woman, Hannah Ratnam, who is an author, speaker. She owns her own production company, and co-authored Hannah's Dream with Shelley. And I've asked her to come and share what's on her heart today. Hannah, welcome to Morning Moments.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you for inviting. I appreciate it.
Well, tell me what's on your heart. Tell me, what are you doing? What do you do? Why do you do it? And tell me what God's speaking to you currently.
I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I'm here for last 11 years, married with one child. My story begins when my mom passed away in 2011. And when she died, I was alone, and she was my pillar and strong pillar, friend, everything. And then I just felt that she's no more there. Then now who's going to pray for me? And I get all my gifts, my things, and I was missing all that good stuff. And I said, Lord, I need to know what is that? What is that? What you gave it to me, to my mother. So I was praying and craving for those gifts which God has given to my mother. And on 11 September 2011, I received Holy Spirit baptism. And that time I saw first time a vision. And that's a long story. I'll share that some other day. And that day, God gave me all that, what I was praying and what my mother had. So I was 9 years old when I had first dream, and I always had dreams, but I didn't know what are the reasons of having these dreams. I don't know why these dreams come. Nobody taught me, not even in the church, not even in the family. Only my mother knew that God is talking to me. And whenever I see something, that happens. So that was very strange to me, like teenager stuff and things happening. And I said, oh, this is something my own mind or maybe my own stuff. But later on the 11 September 2011, when I got the baptism, everything was cleared, why this is happening and what is the purpose. And then I start praying and giving my more time to God. I used to get up at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2:30, whatever time God wakes me up, I'm praying. And then I changed. Everything is changed in my life. My more day and more time is with God and his people, serving them. So I did a lot of volunteer work. That's another long story. I'll share some other time. But then on 19 September 2013, I had a dream which was very scary. It was really scary dream. And I saw a huge church, white color. There is lots of people, mainly women and children, and very beautiful churches happening. And all of a sudden I saw somebody trying to get into that church and holding gun. And there's another somebody there and he's saying, we will kill all of them. I heard that voice even. And I went in the church telling everybody to close the doors. I was there in that dream. And then when I was telling everybody to close the door, they tried. And before they tried, one of the guy came in the church and he blasted himself. And everywhere there was blood and crying and ambulance, police. Oh, it was so much to see that. It was my dream. I'm in my home, sleeping on my bed. And I don't know, I felt this is my people. I felt this is somewhere in Pakistan. I'm not sure about where, but it is Pakistan because I saw faces, I saw the dresses. So I had very good confidence. This is Pakistan for sure. Or maybe India, because they are also there, something like that, wearing clothes and all, prayer meetings. I got up, wake my husband up, and I told him this is what I saw. And he said, oh, don't worry, just pray and sleep. And I said, no, this is not a time to sleep. Something is plotting somewhere. Something's going to happen. I have to get down and pray. So I came down and I started praying in my corner and I prayed. And maybe 2 or 3 days, I just prayed, general prayer. And then the day it was happening somewhere, I was in the cinema. I was watching a movie and doing shopping and eating and just having fun. But inside me, I was just as if something is died. Someone has died inside me. So I was very upset, very angry. I was just crying like nonstop. My tears were not stopping. I don't know why I'm crying even. I had no clue. And then my husband said, let's go out, let's spend some time with family and have fun. So I said, okay, let's go. So by the time I came, we were in the cinema. The movie was going on, and there was a scene with the bomb blast. So when the bomb blast happened, it was just like a picture what had in my dream. And I said, oh my God, this is really happening. And I was so anxious and crying. And I said, no, 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 we have to go home. I cannot watch all this because I already saw that in the dream before. So it was too much for me to see again. When we came home, the first news was the same on the TV that All Saints Church Peshawar had a deadly attack. This is the most severe attack ever happened in Pakistan. Mainly women and children are died. And all those faces which were on the TV, I could relate. And I said, oh my God, I saw them somewhere. I don't remember. And that time I used to write in my diary, like my journal, and I just flipped pages and I tried to see if it is somewhere there. And I saw it was there. And I got so scared and I was nonstop crying and I was telling Lord, Lord, forgive me. I made a mistake. I did not pray the way I should have done. Please forgive me. Tell me now, what do I do? I don't know what to do now. It's happened. So I was guilty not praying. And I don't know how much I prayed that time or how many days I prayed. I don't know all that, you know. Anyhow, I repented and I promised God and I said, Lord, whatever you will tell me now, I will do that. Whatever you want me to do, I will do that. I surrendered 100%. I left my worldly life, everything. I stopped, no TV, no nothing. And I'm praying and fasting and interceding and reading Bible and whatnot I was doing. I still do. It's not that time I was doing more, but a little bit I'm busy now. Anyhow, and then I prayed for them for 5 years, long 5 years, just prayed, prayed, prayed. And then I heard a voice. God told me Christian media. So when I Googled Christian media, there was a conference happening in Cincinnati, Ohio, ICVM. And I spoke to them. I went there. I shared my stories. Everybody told me to write. And I said, oh my Lord, how do I write? I don't know how to write. And by the way, I've never studied English. I always studied Urdu. That's the basic language. I never had any background with English. So I said, Lord, you know me. How am I going to write the script? And that is a script. What is script, by the way? So I just start talking myself. And I said, Lord, where do I get this person even? I don't know. And then I prayed for her. I don't know if he or she, I just prayed for the script writer for 2 long years. And then when I was praying, God, I again heard another voice, Habakkuk 2:2. And I said, Lord, now what is this? Where do I find this? Big plates and big, like in those days, they were like plates. I said, where is this thing? I don't know even. So from my dream, finding somebody as a writer and having Habakkuk 2:2, I was totally lost. I had no idea what's going on in my life because it's too much for me. I'm not from the cinema or I've never studied anything in this field. So I prayed again and I said, Lord, okay, you tell me what do I do? Where do I go and find these people? So I spoke to so many people in school, colleges, universities. And then one day when I was frustrated, tired, and I said, Lord, I can't find anybody. What do I do? And then God told me to write first he said, open Facebook. So same day, I opened Facebook. I'm not a tech person, so I don't know how to do all these stuff. It was very hard for me to open the Facebook. So I said, okay, I did that somehow. And then the first ad, which I put on that was, I'm looking for a script writer. It's a true story. on persecution, and it's for Pakistani persecution. Is there anyone interested in writing my story? The very first thing, I didn't know who Shelley was at that time. She replied right away and she said, I am ready. She just said, I'm ready. And I said, oh my God, I've not even shared my story with her. She's ready. What is this? So it was a surprise for me. I was so happy. Then we got contacted each other, back and forth communication and everything. Within 6 months, we wrote the story, and that was called Hannah's Dream. So when she wrote the story, I had no clue now where I have to go. And I always pray and I ask, Lord, what is next? What do I do next? What is the next steps? I always take directions and I'm very good in following up. I'm a very good student. So I said, okay, Lord, now what next? So same time, I don't know from where I got the information that we can submit to film festivals. So there was a festival happening in Toronto. It's called CIFF, Christian International Faith and Family Film Festival. So I said, okay, let's try it now. Again, I'm not a good tech person. I just applied. It was tough for me to do all that. Somehow I did. With Shelley helped me also. And we submit Hannah's Dream first time. And we got the award. And I was surprised. I said, whoa, what is this now happened? That was our first award on the same date of the dream, which was 19 September 2020. And it's exactly 7 years from the day I got the dream.
You know,
sorry.
It's just absolutely amazing when you start connecting dots. God can orchestrate things through his dreams and visions and speaking to others and the connections that we would never be able to do. And if we could do it on our own, then it would be all about us, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But when it happens in such a miraculous way, there's no other way of saying these connections are here because of direction of God.
That's right.
And when I hear your story, and there's a lot more to her story, trust me. And that's why you need to get online and look up Hannah's Dream. Look at also the other things that's going on. I've had Shelley on, and what a wonderful interview. And I'm going to have that interview down below as well in the comment section, so you can see that again. But I want you to check out the interviews, the websites, and be amazed as I am about how God has used these wonderful women to just bring out the message. God doesn't always call the equipped, but he does equip who he calls. And sometimes we don't know why God gives us a message. And so when God calls you to do something, folks, follow his calling, no matter how long it takes. Direction is certainly more important than your speed. If you're going the wrong direction, it doesn't matter how fast you're going, does it? But when you get direction from God and you say, God shows you what to do, like he's done here, he will open doors. Let me tell you, I've interviewed folks in the film industry, and they go to these festivals, and some of them have entered film after film after film and never won anything. And well, why? Well, don't ask why. Just realize that for a time such as this, God has presented this film, and there's a reason for this film. There's a reason for this interview. There's a reason for this God connection right now today. So I want to encourage you to follow up, listen to what Hannah's Dream is all about, also what this production company is all about. We'll have all that information down below. But more important than that, I want you to be praying for my guests Hannah and Shelley, who I've had on before. Pray for them too, because they're teaming up with other things as well. And pray that God would richly bless you. Some of you are questioning your dreams, your physical dreams, and your hopes and your purpose. Some is questions of vision that God's given you, maybe physical visions, maybe the vision for the future. Step forward with that. Step forward with what God has for you. You will never fulfill the things that God has for you
Yeah.
until you take a step forward.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have to build your own production company. Sometimes you have to open Facebook and ask for help. Sometimes you have to just take that first step, like my lovely sister has done. But do that. And I don't know why that God has this message today, but you do. You're listening and you're thinking, that's just for me. And pass this message on. I want you to be praying for their projects. And I want to thank my lovely guest for sharing her heart. There's so much more to her story, but this is such a short broadcast that we only can capture just a little bit of it. Hannah, thank you so much for being on Morning Moments.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
And thank you for coming to Morning Moments, and keep coming back.